Uh,
Hello.
what did you think of the movie that you saw?
Let me just tell you what's happening here. It's 10 years after December 2003. I came round, do a bit of shasha with Satish here, and now I'm having a cup of tea and being interviewed. It's 10 years after I've already said that. What did I think of the DVD? I didn't think it got the point across that it was a 24-hour party. I enjoyed it just seeing everyone. It was a little shocking to see how completely gorilla-like I looked, and everyone looked slightly out of it on one thing or another. So it was good. Historically, as a historical document, it was good, but I think it could have come across better what was happening with the 24-hour party. Da, da, da.
Did it bring up anything for you in the sense that um, the that it was a time when the kids were really wild and had come? Did it show you anything like that the ashram kind of expelled these kids out into the world, and then they ended up at these parties and doing this? Did that come across at all, or did I miss
At
that?
that time that they were expelled from the ashram. I knew that from being there. If not, I think it wouldn't have come across. But I was there, so of course I knew that's why the party happened.
Did it give you some insight into what had happened for them and the ashram?
No, because I already knew the story well.
You knew it all.
Yeah,
Huh?
if I was there and
Uh, uh.
you know.
And did you get anything out of the movie in the sense that you knew suddenly more about what Maui's trip was and what had happened in the morning? Or?
I kind of remembered it all. It was like watching it just brought back a lot of memories. I was more than anything, it touched me just seeing the people I hadn't thought about for years, and people I haven't seen since that time. Um, I feel like I had a cellular memory of that party and that time, and um, insight, not really. I felt how everything's moved on, neither good nor bad. It's just moved on. And here we are, or here I am in Australia now, and I'm still in touch with some of the people, so it was just really nice to see them. And on that level, it was good. It was good.
And what do you see like the change? Do you see any change from that time till now in the kids, in yourself? Is the lifestyle, is it changed, or is it still? Yeah, what happened to that time? Where did it go, and does it still resonate now, or is it just
All right. Do I see
like
any
all the
change?
rest?
I see a lot of change. I see a lot of change on the outside, and inside myself. I feel like my journey's still happening. Of course, I'm not living in India with everyone. I can't say I miss it. And I'm really happy I stay in touch with people from time to time. Like you turn up here, you being Satish, and I see people in Germany, and yeah, of course it's changed a huge amount. That was a time for me of the end of Pune, my Pune, like a certain period that I loved with all the parties. For me, it was like the tribe, hanging out, the tribe. For me, meditation, the dancing, the whole thing, which I loved, and the communal life. So, and I see with a lot of the kids who I still know, everybody's gone their different ways. I spent last summer, I saw Jagme and Nike and Guyana and Kumar, and we reconnected. Like something stays, and something of that spirit has never gone. Like it was really far out to hang out with them and just be there, and we've all moved on, and yet there's something. For me personally, I feel I went out and lived on my own I was with a woman, but with Hira, but I was basically living in the woods for 5 years, and it was really good to leave it all behind. And now I'm back in Byron, actually moved up to a place with a bunch of friends, so I feel I'm back in community. And funny enough, I went to a really good duf. I was going to a few dufs in the States, but they didn't do it. But I went to a really good party where I felt that spirit again, which was great. And I'm older. I mean, my body doesn't do the same anymore. For me personally, I feel I've changed a lot. Like just process with the body, with aging, with many things. I think that answers the question.
Very well, yeah. You did good in reading my thoughts as well, I'd say. What do you think there's any more meaning in it somehow, like that I'm actually filming you now and that I'm spinning the story a little further and
Any more what in it?
does it have any more meaning in it? Does it?
I think it's
mean,
great.
I mean, for me, I just feel like,
It's raining, but
oh, it's raining.
watch
Okay.
your camera. We'll move over. We wanted the nice tree. That's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
great thing about Australia,
Yeah.
the tree.
Yeah. So basically, it's a really it's a evolutionizing thing. All right, let me just.
I'm back on film.
Yeah.
So, I forget exactly the question, but for me what's good about this is one thing, I just love being on camera, which is true. And I like seeing myself on video, which is true. Don't put that bit in.
It's a good sign.
And I can imagine if I'm still on the planet in 10 years, I would like to watch this like I watched the other one. You know,
Right.
it's a documentation of a certain time, and interesting looking back and now looking forward, like to think where I would be in 10 years if I'm around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not, thank you everyone. It's been great.
Yeah, I'm also interested to know like what you feel has happened to the ashram, and I don't mind if you get political about it because I see some value in it that the old guard talks transnationally into sharing their things with the new guard.
The ashram.
Yeah, just like a message from an old fart like you, basically.
Old fart like me.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been there for... Actually, it's not that long, about 3 years. And last time I went, for me, it was... I mean, maybe I end up there again, but I don't feel like that. It finished. For me, what to say about the ashram? My time there was with Osho. Was that. I love everything around it, but for me, when he left the body, then it didn't matter so much. And I felt a few years after, like I said, I really enjoyed, and then somewhere it finished. Politically, I've never, you know, if I get involved with that, it's always been fucked for me. Like I don't, I'm not running it, and I've never chose to, and I think, yeah, I have a few pretty harsh judgments on some of the people, and I feel it's inevitable that for me, that it ended. I'm sure people go there and find it juicy and take sannyas and the whole thing, but for me, you know, it's just a time that finished. As I talk, there's some. It took a while to let go of that, and I feel this time for me living on my own. I lived out in the woods. That was really valuable, just to see who I was without that whole setup.